Welcome back to another episode of 3 Awesome Tonight. I'm your host, Eason. We have one awesome topic, perhaps 3 awesome people. It really depends on who shows up tonight. And our old friend Hawking is back with us. Welcome back, Hawking.
Oh, hello, Eason.
Hi. And I'm happy to invite a new guest, Wesley. Actually, my former colleague. You are responsible for the European market right now, right?
Yeah, exactly. So we are ex-colleague before. Yeah.
Everything goes well, right? Recently?
Yeah, it goes totally fine. Yeah,
totally
just fine.
Yeah, I see that European market is a gold market. And a lot of people want to penetrate this market because they are affluent. You're focused on the battery part, right? Charging.
Yeah, residential storage system. That's for the household.
You mean the household or the EV cars?
It's for both actually. So basically, it's a household scenario, and EV cars is just one of the
part of
our solution, a part of the
feature. I get it. Life and death. What if we are the SIMS? So I'm wondering just what's the perception of this topic, and have you ever know the video game named The Sims?
Yeah, I know it for a very long time.
No, I don't know.
The Sims, 虚拟人生, it's almost 20 years at first generation already. It's very popular. And Life or Death.
Have you ever tried it?
I know it well with a teenager, but I never tried. I searched some videos, clips on the internet.
I've played games very similar. The name is called Animal Crossing. It's
Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing by Nintendo.
What's the Chinese name?
动物森友会.
Yeah, I know that. I know that, but I never played it before. The topic today is the life and death. So what's the perception of your guys?
Life and death. For life parts, I assume that it's mainly about transform and transmit. And for the death, actually, I don't have a very deep enough understanding about that.
Apparently, you do not have experience on that.
We all know that is. We all know after death, everything is gone.
Yes, completely gone. I agree with that. Okay.
It surprised me that you come up with this topic because I think when I talk about the life and death, I think it's a topic for sensitive persons like me. I didn't think that people like you, so practical persons, will thinking about the topics every day. So I'm surprised.
Actually, I'm surprised at image from your heart. I choose this in because I think a lot of people refuse to talk about this because it's passive and it's maybe a little solemn. But I think it's still valuable because if you refuse to talk about this, how could you know how to lead a good life? Maybe it's too late when you're aware of that. So it's a very normal question because everyone will face it eventually. And I want to normalize this question to an ordinary topic. It sounds a little weird, but I really hope in a light-hearted atmosphere. As always, the first part of this is background check. Not only should you introduce yourself briefly, but also you should answer a question today. The question today, let me check. The question today is, what role do you think you play in this world? I'll give you some hint, like the main character, villain, disruptor, transformer, or some NPC, of course.
Oh, that's an interesting question. I like your design for the questions episode,
So, Hawking, you go first, all right?
I'll go first. My name is Hawking. I borrowed the name from the famous scientist, and I'm an independent English teacher. I've been there several times, but I still find podcast is very challenging and thrilling. I like the questions today. What kind of rules you are in your lives? For me, I always think I'm the main characters of my life. Because there is a popular saying online, I don't know if you ever noticed it. If you're troubled by something, you should have a different mindset to imagine yourself are shooting an extremely long TV series, 1 year, 1 season, and 1 month, 1 episode. So your daily life is just like shooting a TV series every day. So the characters, the peoples around you are show up because of you, and the settings, sky and the buildings and everything appears because of you. So you will feel you are the governor or the boss of your world. So that's really interesting or positive mindset for me. Just like the whole world is for you. If you die, the whole universe will fade away with you. So that's my opinion.
Well, that's a very interesting view that treat the life like a TV episode.
Yes.
And for me, I think it's like the role transition. So firstly, I would like to treat myself like a warrior in some of the conditions, but not always. What kind of characters can I pick from the
Main character, villain, disruptor, transformer, supporter, or NPC?
I would treat myself like a supporter and an NPC. That's for some different scenarios. Because there are a lot of people who are willing to be the spot of the stage, but I'm not one of them. Because I think it's just not my personalities to do that. And sometimes it makes me feel more real like an NPC, because NPC is a character who will never internally motivate to talk with the others. You just passively to receive message from the other guys. So it makes me feels more like the center of the world by playing an NPC.
You do not take an initiative to communicate with others? Strangers or something?
It's more like a personality testing. It is very popular for people to do the testing like ENSG or whatsoever stuff may transfer from one characters to another. Just you have a different emotion during the time. So that's what I'm saying.
What's your type of that?
Previously, ENSG, something like that, but I couldn't recall it because it has been done a very long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it may change. So now I treat myself more like a
introvert person.
I'm transferred from ENTP to ENTJ in the past 2 years.
Oh, that's
When we were colleagues, so I'm ENTP, but then recently I'm ENTJ.
How do you treat this kind of transition 2 years before and 2 years?
Before, I think ENTP is full of charisma, really charming, good at arguing, but ENTJ would be more prudent, thinking in a big picture. J is capacity to implement. You can reach your goals, you can plan, and you can fulfill the plan. It's a good change.
So have you ever think about what's the root cause that makes you transfer from MPG to
ENTP to ENTJ? Maybe work experience, because my character in the company is different from before. And recently I'm also responsible for a small team. The situation changed, and maybe it will enlighten me or something. I'm not sure. Or maybe 3 awesome tonight. From the very beginning to the end, I should manage that. A lot of problems. So maybe it will help me to change.
So do you treat it like a responsibility, or you just treat it like you are the one who starts the topic and you just you are willing to do that? So I'm
willing to do that. I really like to do the podcast self-driven, so that will improve me. Things change naturally.
Does it mean that your worldview is changing too?
Positive part is I'm more self-driven than before. The worldview is not changed.
So Wesley is talking about you are changed from an extrovert person to an introvert person.
What happened?
Yeah, exactly. Actually, while I was talking with the others in the business discussions, I would treat myself more like a E people. But while I'm stay alone or apart from working, so I'm more introverted. So
Yes.
it really depends on what kind of scenario you are.
Yeah, I think most of people are in the same situation. If you're expert on something, you want to talk. So if something you do not care about, you do not want to talk. It's normal.
Yeah, that's true.
When I was a child, I think I'm a main character, and because a lot of coincidences happened, I believe something. I believe I'm the chosen one. I'm the main character, because still now I cannot explain some coincidence perfectly. But after I graduated and come to the society, a lot of things change. I became an NPC. But recently, I hope make some different. I hope be a disruptor, make something different that will make me feel live. My choice is disruptor.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right.
More controllable.
Yes.
I would rather say it's like a manageable, not controllable, because controllable is makes like you
Manageable,
are forcing the things around you, and you are trying to force people or things obey your rules, but that's typically very hard, and it will make other people feel stressful. But manageable is more like a a point of view that's coming from your inner heart. The things doesn't change much, but it's a way you treat, you pay attention to it and make it in a more positive way of thinking.
Yes, easier than before. And in the first 10 years, I just focused on the work. I gave up a lot of hobbies like animes, music, a lot of things. But recently, everything goes fine, so I have spare time to focus on myself.
Yeah, that's
so like you go from the NPC to the main character. You got promoted.
I got promoted, and maybe the player just come back. He maybe didn't on this game for a long time. I should introduce myself. I'm Eason. I'm an overseas account manager and responsible for the overseas sales, mainly in power industry. I have been to 19 countries, and most of them over 2 weeks at least. All right, let's circle back to our main topic. The first one is the meaning of life. What do you think the meaning of human life, and what give your own life meaning? It's so deep.
Who's going first for this question?
How about you, Wesley?
The lady first.
Okay. We achieve meaning in our life through 3 ways. First way is definitely work. Work is the most direct way to offer a proof of our existence. Without it, we will feel lost, depressed, or disconnected with the society. So this is why people will feel restless when they are between jobs or take some gaps. There are some reasons behind it. Because work offer not only money for us, but also offer a platform for us to validate our self-efficacy, which means you have a platform to prove yourself a person who are capable of doing something or make a difference to the world or to others. So work or job is so important to us to search for meaning. Interpersonal relationships is also a way to search for meanings. I think for most of the people, there are some types of human connections, such like intimate relationships with your partner or parent and child and friendship, this kind of strong ties, and some weak ties, just like the relationship between you and acquaintance in your life or the people you will just meet once or twice in your life. A meaningful relationship have a shared features is that we can see each other in the relationship. People can see your weakness, can see your happiness and your cowardice or your strengths. But whatever they see, they will stay by your side. That's the way we get meaning through the relationships. The last way to get meaning is to struggle with hardships, which will bring a profound meaning for us. There are many sufferings for us. Every one of us will suffer something before, like fail exams or break up with someone or suffer from an illness, but we survived and have a lot of wisdoms with us and have a lot of sense of meaning with us. Just like the classical novels travel to the West. 唐僧师徒, they travel to the West and go through 81 hardships before they getting the scriptures to the West, from the West. So for us normal peoples, we're the same. Just like DeathWHAT's masterpiece, 活着. To live is to suffer. So that's the major 3 ways we get meaning or search for meaning.
Hold a sec. What gives you your own life's meaning? You haven't answered this question.
You just answer the content of the meaning, but the meaning of life.
This is also my own way of meaning.
Okay, so the first one is work, the second one is relationship, the third one is the suffering. Where is happiness?
Sufferings.
Come on.
That's no meaning, yeah.
No way.
Happiness is your target. It's not the meaning itself.
Yeah, it's just enjoy and left nothing.
So how long does this kind of happiness feeling do you have? I mean, once you have very good experience and which makes you feel happy, so how long it lasts?
It depends on what kind of happiness I experience. Happiness is meaningful. It equals with meaning, like work. We can enjoy ourselves in work, or we can enjoy ourselves in relationships. They will last a long time. But if the happy is from just watch short videos or playing games, it will fade away really quickly.
Can I conclude your point of view that happiness do have the priority? So if it's coming from working, you may have longer happiness feelings if it's coming from interaction with the others or coming from your relations, so it will last very fast. You have a definition about priority of happiness.
I don't think happiness is my purpose or my destination or my priority. It comes along with the meaning of life when I doing this kind of meaningful things. They will come together.
No matter it makes you suffering.
Even sufferings, if I overcome it, get through it, I will feel so satisfied or feel so proud of myself. That also brings some happiness to me.
That's cool.
I see it differently. And my matrix is very different from you, from a different level. From the perspective of individual, the ultimate goal is happiness itself. Even the work, relationship, acquaintance, or family, just a path to happiness. I'm not saying the family is not important. I'm not saying money is not important. I'm not saying the career is not important. But all of them, just a ladder, the final goal is the happiness. They are just a tool to reach happiness. Happiness is the most important thing for individuals.
So Eason, do you think the meaning of your life is happiness?
Nope, the meaning of life is happiness, but the content is better. The content of your life is maybe 80% of the tedious life, or maybe 5% suffering, or 15% of happiness. But the happiness is still the goal. The content itself is not a goal. The career, the salary is not a goal. The salary make you happy is a goal. Provide for your family and make your family happy, it's a goal. So that's why I think
happiness is the final goal.
Yes, if the happiness is not the goal, what else?
Will you differentiate different kinds of happiness, just like the happiness by watching short videos or happiness by helping others?
When I watch Douyin, TikTok, YouTube, or anything, just to make me laugh, I feel satisfied and I feel happy. Not hard to achieve. The small happiness is happiness, and we enjoy the talk today is happiness.
What if my happiness is cheating on others or through the
a scam by hurting others? Why?
Just like the leaders of your company will PUA their employees.
Revenge will make you happier, definitely. Like 基督山伯爵.
Talking, it means that some of the people, they are motivated like squeeze the rest of his staff.
Yeah, and squeeze off that.
压榨. This kind of actions will make them feel happy. What's your point of view that for such people to...
I should say that there is a different level. Firstly, from individual level, you do not care about others. Others are bullshit. So the happiness, even you squeeze others, manipulate others, you're hurting others, make you happy. From individual level, it's the happiness itself. It's not some normal thing, worldview thing. Just yourself. From individual level, that there is not morality. You just focus on your happiness. And from another lens, like the society, humanity, the reproduction and the survival is a top priority, and it's the meaning of life. From the cosmic level, I don't think the universe has consciousness to care about the meaning. The meaning is totally a concept created by a human being.
Yeah.
The universe do not really care about that, and they even do not have a brain to think about that. So morality is only exist in the group, but if you are just an individual, focus on yourself, make you happy, already very difficult.
Your meaning for life is to search for happiness?
Yeah, I think so. Focus on yourself, firstly.
So how about Wesley?
It's quite simple. For me, the meaning of human's life is more like a contribution, because the meaning of human life is never defined by yourself. It's defined by the people. I'm not talking about the judgment. The story you write by yourself is not countable. So it really depends on the rest of people dealing with you. Think the personality who you are. So that's the meaning that defined you. For me, contribution is totally meaning, because since we are born in the world, we don't know things at all. So we start to copy from the others, and then it grows on our own ideas. So that makes it more creative in a more creative way. And then the second stage, make it mine. You transmit the things you learn and absorb them. It grows on you, and it becomes your knowledge and your idea. And the second stage is most important. You share with the others that what you've learned from the society and from your community, and going to give them some feedback. That's how I treat myself. That's a contribution. To simplify it, it's just in two words: transform and transmit. I would treat it like 20% goal-oriented and 80% process-oriented, because it's never easy to make your achievement. I will try my best to achieve my goal, but if it doesn't go in my way, then it's okay. I'm a process-oriented. I enjoy the way I'm working along. That's how I feel, my own life's meaning.
From a very typical supportive perspective, because you really care about the other people think about you. The value is coming from that, right?
Yeah, exactly. I would like to treat myself like a very sensitive and emotional people. Now and then it's in both ways. So I really care about the others.
Thinking.
And sometimes it's just a disaster for myself because you think too much about the people around you. It's self-consumed.
You're also sensitive. You just mentioned that one of your meaning is to create something new, right?
Exactly. That's the first stage. You copy, you learn them, you grow your own ideas, and you create something new. You're not just like a copycat simulation of the rest of the people, how they do. But there's nothing new here.
So will you also apply it into your work? In many industries, people just borrow the result or to copy others to save the time and save their energy.
Exactly. Yeah. But even you copy from the others, you have to adopt it in your way because each company depends on their scale and the quality of stuff. Even you copy the same technology, it can be achieved by different paths. The creative work is done by the creation. How you achieve your goal, that's a path.
You should copy others creatively.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. That's how new idea was generated.
To generate some new idea makes them different from others. There's a word called a cultural appreciation, 就是文化借鉴.
Creativity takes a lot of time if you really want to create something new.
Yes, in your context, you are thinking about creation, create something from none to existing. From 0 to 1, that's really hard. It's only coming from the genius ideas.
You should on the genius shoulder.
Already accept myself as an ordinary people. So I'm a common people, a common life, that's me. But that's fine. I'm cool with that. Why not?
Actually, be is also the choice.
It's always copy others.
But he is still a hero in China. I admire him, really.
It's great in building up.
Come on, even the name.
Yeah.
My company also have some business with, but after several tries, they just give up because they treat it like they hold it back because they think it's a company that's
want to copy you. Copy the carpenter.
Actually, they don't have their core technologies, but they will try to IPO everything.
Yes.
It's not like copy and paste stuff. They just they grab something from your people.
They will recruit some members from your company.
Exactly. That's how they did the work with the rest of the company, like media and whatever. Yeah. So that's.
I definitely will delete this part because I don't want to be sued by him.
Let's cut it out.
I'll keep the secret.
Maybe we'll cut it technically and creatively. All right. The second one is the meaning of death. Does death have a meaning or purpose? Would life feel different if it never ended?
Interestingly, my friend is giving birth to a child these days in the hospital. So I think it's so wonderful and so magical to witness a new human being coming to this world from nowhere. Maybe the purpose of death is make room for the newcomers. Otherwise, the earth will be filled with people, not enough resources to support so many persons. And death also bring a lot of uncertainties to our lives, which is also the beauty of life. Every one of us will die anytime, anywhere. Maybe every time we heard the news that a celebrity suddenly will make us to cherish our daily lives or to cherish the people around us and to live every moment to the fullest. This is the beauty of life, to give us a lot of uncertainties. But if you pay too much attention to death, you will feel a kind of anxieties of existence. For me, sometimes I will think I mustn't waste any time on the meaningless things, or I must do some meaningful things in my life. This will make me feel anxious or nervous sometimes. I will feel a sense of void when I think too much of it. So death also bring a lot of anxiety to the people. Yesterday, we talked about the death and life. Eason said death is such a normal thing that happens every day. It's our daily life. We all will die someday. It seems like it's a really light topic. So we feel relaxed with it. But when we talk about the death of the people who is important to us, the death is really heavy, because I think death is the most painful parting for each of us. If someone around us who is really important to us died, it's also very cruel to everyone.
So, Wesley?
I treat death in a more different way. I don't think it's a negative way to say it because of the Chinese custom. Because as a Chinese, we always try to avoid such topic because of some unlucky reasons. But death is, for me, is more like a way to make your life meaningful. Because if it doesn't constrain a time limitation, then you have no meaning that you are wasting of your life. Back to the topic 1, the meaning of life. So the death is just like the closed door. Once you open it, you're opening a new life. And when you close it, that's death. That means that it's not just a way of transmission. It's not a way of action. You are close the door. It also tells you that you need to hurry it up and you need to do something and make your life worth for. If life is extended to eternally, that's meaningless. I could imagine that's how boring I am, because I'm not that kind of people that's very creative and think all the ways of, I'm more like a people that stick to principles and rules. If there is no limitation about life, it means that I may get stuck into one life cycle, because I'm a kind of people who will never get tired of doing same things. I always can find something new in the same ways.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, so if life extends to eternally, then it just gives me the kind of lost. You're compared with nothing. Even the time itself is becoming meaningless. That's how I feel towards death. In May, my grandpa passed away. It's not like a very suddenly news. It's more like we have heard some news from my grandpa in the first day of May, in pain and weak. We have such a preparation, emotional and in spirit, and finally it comes. But I feel very sad and I cry for a lot of time, because I know that the people who love me most and take care of me since I was born is gone forever. And when you see your grandpa laying there and there's no flesh, she's lying there and just like a log, and you know that there's no spirit in her body. She's all gone. And she's not able to talk with you anymore, even a smile. Internally, I feel a kind of loss. It's like a part of me, it's just gone. I know that it's gone with her, that
the memory.
The memory.
Agree with you guys. If there is no death, people will take life for granted. If you notice some people really died, you will notice the clock is ticking, counting down. That will make you just think about the meaning of life. And you will cherish yourself and cherish your parents, your friends, acquaintances even. The death of the old generation gave the seeds of the new generation. And the new generation step in gradually, a lot of things change. The very old thinking pattern, thinking paradigm, some creative things. You know, the old generation never want to change dramatically. Maybe they will accept some change, but they will not accept a dramatic change. The senior generation usually is at the hand. In a society, they build up the rules. They will consolidate their situation, their interest. So the young generation is really hard to break through the rule and to dominate. But if the old generation is dying, young generation will have more chance to become the main character of society. Young generation is really the people make a change, make something different. We can see a lot of inventions. Some new concept is coming from the young generation, not the teenager or 20s, maybe 40s or young 50s. But after 60 or 70, you are not that creative anymore. You will be more prudent. You will be more constrained by a lot of things. Like Hawking said, the death gave the room to the new generation. A lot of ideas are also ingrained. You believe in something. After decades, that belief will be so entrenched, never changed. But the young generation do not care about that. That's a new momentum to change the world. It's a positive factor of death.
But not all the old men are stubborn.
Yeah, I'm seeing the chance of that. We can imagine, like Wesley said, that if you can live permanently, the meaning itself is not a meaning. So you do not want to change.
Yeah. So death makes the world better, younger.
Yes, make it more positive. And I should say, just focus on yourself. I want to make an example of Donald Trump. I really like the personality of Donald Trump. A lot of people said he is good at retaliation, good at revenge and exaggeration. The personality, the grandiosity, 狂妄自大. But he really lived a good life. You can see the life is really excellent. Maybe he creates himself secretly, privately, but he shows the leadership and he's a really humor guy. If you watch his speech outside, very humor, a lot of jokes in there. Maybe he care about himself big time. When I was a child, I think it's not good, it's bad. We make joke over that. But I think it's a good personality. It really makes you happy. Circle back to the question that Hawking asked. Is there a moral code of the boundary of happiness? Do you have the right to hurt others to get your own happiness?
So you mean the justice happiness and the evil happiness discussion?
Yes, it's really hard to be Trump, but Trump itself is a good example. If totally from your own perspective.
But everybody take his own perspective to judge the rest of the world.
Yeah, that's all the people doing. I don't think there is really a very clear moral code. Just maybe there is a law. But outside law is a moral code. There is not that clear. Everyone have different perspective. Even for diverse, you can say that from different person they have a different attitude. What's the truth? Even not relevant. So what is right? What is wrong? Not sure.
It's hard to define.
We already finished the second question. The third one. Hawking, could you read it?
The SIMS question.
The SIMS 是一款游戏啊 ，SIMS。
我还以为是 SIM car 呢，那个呢。
SIMS 是虚拟人生。
Our world turned out to be a simulation. Would it change any of your answers? Life is like a TV series, so it also makes sense to life is also a simulation, just like a game we're playing. If I accept this kind of idea, I will learn to be bolder or more daring in making decisions in my life. I will try more things.
Like what?
I don't know.
I'm curious. Come on, you should think about that.
When it comes to me, I will know.
Why would you try now?
Yeah, why? What's the
So
difference?
I have to train myself to be bolder and more daring. People didn't just change over one night. Yeah. So
Step by step.
I have to learn, step by step. And also to be more braver to not to follow the social clock or the social norms and customize my own life and be myself. These lessons I learned from the simulation mindset. There is also a situation where I benefit a lot from the simulation mindset is that it happens to everyone that when we suffer from the darkest moment in our life, I feel I'm trapped in a smothering pain or something suffocating me, or I'm confined in a dark room or dark space. I can't find no way out or fate. I can't find no such solutions to my problems. Well, I'm so desperate. I will feel end of my life or end of the game is also a choice. It doesn't mean I want to commit suicide. It means knowing that I still have a choice to log out my account. My game account is a choice I still have. I will find I'm freer or I'm a free man, that I'm not confined in anywhere. I still have a lot of choices. It brings me a lot of bright or hope for me to consider life as a game or simulation. So everything will pass and don't take it so seriously. So I will have a strong mindset.
Which means you don't have now.
Of course, you cannot log out.
Log out. I can log out. Yeah.
If there is a simulation, firstly, I should know who is a player, who control the game. If there is a player control me, I should know the preference of the player. And if he or she or it is a good guy, I want to do something good. If he is a bad guy, I want to be a villain. The preference of the player is my priority, of course, and I will follow any instructions from it. If I'm only an NPC, not a main character in this game, and the player do not care about me, if I find out this truth accidentally, maybe I will focus more on myself than before. Maybe this world is virtual, but the happiness for me, it's real.
Feeling is real, just
even
like the TV series.
So even you close your eyes, the world is still existing.
Without you,
In the player's game, I'm the NPC, but in my game, the player and the world is an NPC of mine.
self-centered.
So I should say perspective always matters. The truth is important, but the perspectives matters more.
So have you watched the movie The Truman Show?
Yes,
Everybody watch it before.
several
So
times.
his world is like a TV show, but do you think his life has his own meaning? His life is real or his feeling is real? Just like Eason said, even his life is a show, but he experienced a lot. Also experienced friendship, everything from his perspective. Maybe his life is also meaningful.
I think, Hawking, you are talking about what is a fake life, but I want to say all the things the Kim Carrey has experienced, they are for real. Even it's a show, even it have a script, everybody plays in their role, see their lives, but still the feeling, the emotions, and all the things around Kim Carrey, they are still real people. The feeling are real, even it's a fake game.
If you are him, will you break down?
Well, that's very interesting question. So that depends how you define what is real, what is not real.
We find out that his life is a TV show that many people in front of TV are watching him. So will you feel cheated? Or
No, I will have the kind of feeling, feel cheated, but I don't think I will break down because even it's a TV show, it's still part of my life. For the directors, it may be the only meaning to direct the TV show. The main characters to participate in the TV show, I think it's just part of my life. It's not everything. It's part of the things. And after all, Kim Carrey enter the door and come to the real life. That's what he call real life. But how do you know? Even you go behind the door, it's real life. That depends on the life before. You make comparison, right? The comparison defines you what is real and what is fake. But what about the rest of the people? Like us, we are not in TV show. There's no script and there's no lies for.
How could you know? If there is a game, you are in a video game, you got watching you. There is no camera because you're in a video game, but they can watch you.
Yeah, it's very, very easy. The ways to identify whether it's a simulation or it's real. If you lose your life and you never come back again, then
Have you lose your life before?
only one chance.
You only could find out when you die.
we are not cats. We don't have 9 lives, right?
If you're an NPC in the game, sometimes that they will dead. You are not the main character, you cannot be reborn. NPC will dead. Maybe you are already dead, but they just delete your memories yet reborn. So how could you know? They just delete these memories like we delete the part of this episode.
Yeah, so you are actually talking about the theory that's
Conspiracy.
A movie named Matrix. I think you all watch it before. It's like
Watch it before, yes, Matrix. Yeah,
Matrix. So
very classic movie.
I don't think we are now in such a world. So we are the real people and there's no interface.
You know what? I really want to say that you are really a typical supporter. You are really typical NPC because, there is a movie called Inception.
盗梦空间
Yes, because Incept, the verb means you just insert some concept in your mind subliminally. You will think in this pattern because maybe the God insert this kind of concept in your mind, make you believe that, and you never challenge that. So you believe life in here is so true, it's not a simulation because you are an NPC. You are played by the player.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really
No
very
use to challenge
interesting.
it. It's no use. It only brings you a lot of troubles or a lot of concerns.
Yeah. Maybe
No
the
use.
player is watching. I will be vanished someday. I want to play the prophet, but I'm not chosen by God or something.
So the
Right,
Asian
so-
people also think about it before, like the 庄周梦蝶. Are we in the dreams or just jump from a dream to another dream? So it's really
Yeah.
interesting.
So in the honor of heroes, I like to play the Zhuangzhou Road.
When you talk about 庄周梦蝶, it reminds me one scene in Inception, seeing the people just lying down and have some kind of liquid into their body.
Ah,
And
yes.
the old man says that the dream becomes their reality. That's 如梦如幻. That's really confusing yourself on what is the simulation, what is your real life. That's really hard to say.
If we focus on the happiness is true. What is real is not that meaningful. Even it's fake, but happiness is happiness.
Yes, why don't we ask ourselves a question that if you have a choice, so would you like to live in a real life or you want to live in a simulation life? Which one you would choose and what's the reason for that?
I would choose simulation.
Why?
Because happiness is the top priority. Logic is simple.
But why you choose simulation as a path to get your goal?
If the simulation is a path to happiness, I would choose that one. But the simulation is a totally unknown world. Maybe I will not choose that because the risk is really high. If I do not know the content of this simulation, I will choose not. But if I definitely know the content of the simulation and I will be happy in that world, I will choose that without any doubt. Just think about tomorrow I will go to office. I will definitely choose the simulation. I will never go to office in that world.
Let's skip it.
Yeah.
What about your choice?
I like life to be a simulation because when I log out, I will meet a person who have passed away already. I want to meet them again.
So actually, you pick up simulation because there is a way you're playing your account and you can log out, then you can live your real life in another way. You have one body, but with different experience with a simulation in their real life.
Yeah, just like Avatar.
Avatar, yes.
Oh, we have two bodies.
That's really interesting. So for me, I think there's not much difference between simulation and real life because to my point of view, the only difference between simulation and real life that in simulation, you are both the actors and directors of yourself. Because you have some simulation, your own script, and you can do whatever you want and without putting any effort to achieve it in reality. That won't change anything because in real life, you don't have much chance to try or to experience some of the different things. And you can do 1,000 times in simulation. But in real life, because you have a limit chance to try that makes your experience more valuable and unforgettable. That's the most important thing. It's not about practice make perfect. It's all about experience. That's what I said before. Process oriented. If it's not lead a good result in your way, then you're gonna to experience and try to live with that. That's more important. Even it's a dead end, it doesn't matter anymore because the way you experience is meaningful. That's how I think about simulation.
In a simulation where you can't try it 1,000 times, you have no...
Simulation is all about control. Like I said, I treat myself as like actors and the directors because in real life, we don't think it's manageable. It's the same experience because sometimes you are trying to make your life manageable in every aspect while you're working or...
You can choose.
Yeah.
You play God in this society.
Yeah. So in simulation, you are the God of the world. You can make everything capable. Just depends on you. That's the most different part of real life and a simulation. You don't really need to depend on the rest of the people. You don't rely on them and you don't need to ask them for help, but that never happened in real life. We all lack of some capabilities to do anything in the world. So you have to have some assistance from the rest.
But that only applied in some single player game. But if there is online game, it's a little different.
Yeah.
Like you already just be someone in this world, your boss is another one. But that would be nightmare. Well.
Yeah, it could happen.
Okay, last question. Thinking about the meaning and happiness you described, do you feel you already have them? Are they actually achievable?
Yeah, Hawking, you go first.
Thank you. For me, I have 3 ways to achieve meaning and happiness. I think it's achievable for me. Maybe in the past, when I talk about the meaning of life, it seems like a hollow or intangible topic. But now I find the meaning of life is more and more tangible for me. I feel it almost every moment and every day. I can control my life in the direction of my preference. For career, I usually experience the meaningful time or moments with my students. Just like today, my students text me that he is so excited that he just passed Bailey Moore entrance examination. He texted me that, "Oh, teacher, I'm so happy. I love you so much that I passed it. I also did it really well in the Gaokao. I'm really happy that he is so passionate about English because 1 year ago, he is about to give up English. Do you know that nowadays in Shenzhen, if you're sick of English, you can choose Japanese instead to enter the Gaokao. But he didn't give up and take up the English and have found great passion for it. I feel like my highlight moment or my peak moment for me that I have the power to spark the love in him. So I think this meaningful time for me and some small time that I just resonate with my students' experience or their stories. I feel a lot of connections in my work. This is a kind of meaning for me. The second way, interpersonal relationship, just like the strong tie with my friends. I also experienced some special time. My pregnant friend who just gave birth to child in the hospital a few days before her due date, and she's all alone and her husband is at work. So I come to her home to keep her company, and we share a lot of stories about our lives and talk a lot. I think this time is so meaningful for me that we have such bond even at our important moments. So I will feel this tangible meaning. And the third one, sufferings also bring me a lot of meaningful times. Talked many times I'm dealing with my ankle to find a lot of ways to cure my ankle injuries. And the injury just confined me to my little world. I can't do a lot of sports like skateboarding or badminton. I gave up a lot of hobbies, but I still find a lot of other things that are so important to me. I found out new perspectives for my life. I also find a new angle or new things in the sufferings. Every moment I just tangibly experience.
You are a good teacher. You save the child.
Maybe.
Maybe you're the turning point of him. I also have my turning point for the college entrance exam. And my turning point is the school. I was in a normal high school, and I'm the top 4 student in my grade. But still, I only scored 433 points in the Gaokao. And the second year, I go to a very distinguished high school. It's top 1 in Harbin. And the second year, I scored 601 points. It's really a huge leap of mine and changed my life totally. I cannot imagine I can sit here to speak with you guys in English because my English is lame at that time. I keep studying, see my interest in English movie and music, talk show, a lot of things that make me just have the strong drive on it. So here we are today.
What changed you?
What changed me? The school.
School.
The teacher is the best, and I'm a good student also. Teach me once, I can learn from that. If the teacher is not that good, bad answer and bad thinking pattern, that will confuse you. I go to a very good school, and the teachers are the best in our province. If we ask something, they just come back to some way of thinking.
You change your school?
对，我第2年我去了另外一个非常好的学校。
一段非常 amazing 的这种经历。
对，非常 amazing 的体验啊。
I feel I already have them, but it's not permanent. I can only say that sometimes I feel them, but sometimes I don't feel them at all. Sometimes meaning is happiness. Happiness is meaning. I think you guys has all watched the movie. The name is The Pursuit of Happyness.
这是威尔史密斯。
对，
叫什么呀？幸福来敲门吗？
幸福来敲门，对。
There is no Y in happiness. There is an I. I think you all have seen the poster. The Pursuit of Happyness. There is a wrong spelling about happiness. It's HAPPY, but actually there's no Y. So it means there's no reason. That's why you feel the happy. But there is an I. That's you are the key roles who feel happiness inside.
So there is no Y in happiness, but there is no
Exactly.
But when you spell happy, there is a Y. There is no I.
Yeah, the director on purpose use a wrong spelling instead of I, but it's using Y instead. So that's why there's no Y in happiness. There is an I. That's all for that.
Yeah. There's a poster of the movie.
I didn't notice that. I was so young to watch that movie, so I didn't know that.
I also forget it.
From my lens, I think 10% to 15% is happiness, and 5% to 10% is pain, and others are tedious work. Right now, I'm happy. But the main content of the life is just relentless, repetitive, and mundane life. That's my answer. Happiness is achievable, but it's not the main part of life. Happiness is from everywhere, like you watching TikTok, 抖音, 小红书, YouTube, enjoying and happy to hear. Talk with friends and you eat a good taste food. Happiness is here, but it's just some moments of life.
So happy is not the main part. So what is the main part of life?
The tedious, repetitive, relentless, and
Boring part.
Boring. If you're old, you cannot remember that. You only can remember some painful things or some happy moment, but most of them just ordinary, not worth to remember.
Yeah. 10 years ago, I don't know what happened in my daily life. It's just like a fake memory, yeah.
Like Inception.
But when we talk about happiness, we always think of the opposite of it, the sufferings. But I often think that suffering is everlasting or more, can change a person more than happiness.
The plight can change someone, like Jesus, like Buddha. They suffer a lot, then they change the world.
I think it's more valuable than happiness.
It's valuable. It corrects your way to the happiness. But as I said at the very beginning, experience is just a ladder. But happiness is your goal. The ladder itself is not the meaning.
Suffering is something you have to take when the God gave the task to you. Like Tally, who suffer from the 渐冻症.
So what if the God is a spoiled child?
Spoil child and give you a lot of sufferings.
The suffering is meaningless if the God is spoiled. Tyler experienced so many suffering and get nothing. The suffering itself is in vain for himself, his family.
I think he have a lot of happiness than before because when the Lu Yu interviewed him, he found more smile on his face than before because he said he's much easier to be satisfied than before.
I think he just cheated himself.
No, you never suffered, so you.
Physical challenges just make you lose your pride. I don't believe that. Only some pretextual rhetoric is not the real. Rhetoric 就是说辞 ，rhetoric question 反问就是说，当你说一个比较负面的语言的时候，你就用 rhetoric 代替 word。Okay, I think we already finished all the sub-questions. As always, let's each share one key takeaway, one word or one sentence you want our audience to sit with tonight. So I will kick things off myself. Maybe you are the NPC of the God's game, but from your lens, the God is one NPC in your game, so the perspective matters.
Your game?
也许你在上帝的游戏里面你是个 NPC, 但是以你的视角在你的游戏里，上帝也只不过是你游戏里的 NPC 而已。所以说，视角很重要。
I would like to say that you are the actor and the director of yourself. So no matter it's meaningful or meaningless, makes you feel happy or miserable, you are the one who undertake it.
You are the actor, you are the filmer, you are the director.
Yeah.
So mine will be, no matter where life takes you, you still have a choice. You're always the designer of your life.
All right. Samuel, we are the owner of our life, of course. At the very beginning, I hope it's a very light-hearted discussion, but I think it's a little heavy in this episode. But still, it's meaningful. The topic itself is very profound, and we just barely scratched the surface of this topic. Still worth it. Thanks for Wesley and Hawking for joining, and thanks for audience for tuning in. See you awesome tonight. Where random thoughts turn into real conversation. See you next time. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
Eason. Thank
Bye.
you. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.